My name is Bo Valo, and I'm the Senior Training Developer over here at GymVision. I've been with Stellar and GymVision for about 9 years now. I started my journey in CAD CAM working on the custom sketch team. I then moved to GymVision to help develop the training department, focusing mainly on the advanced content creation of MatrixGold. So let's talk a bit about what MatrixGold is. MatrixGold is the latest advanced CAD software developed by GymVision. It's truly an innovative 3D CAD software adapted from Matrix and Rhino Gold, but also couples newer technology that was made available to us like Parametric History and ray traced rendering engines. The toolset really places creative control in the designer's hands, and getting started with it is really quite simple. In MatrixGold, you can see that everything looks clean and quite modern. What I want to do is go under the tools and grab a cathedral so we can build a simple cathedral setting. I'll go ahead and accept the default, and now we need to provide a shape for that cathedral. I can go ahead and relate it to the outside rail, and then just shrink down the width to 3 millimeters. I can mirror that shape to the other side, and then I can accept. Now I need to provide a shape for our bridge. I'll go ahead and profile place him, shrinking the width down, as well as the height, and then mirroring that one to the other side as well. Once I press enter, I now have everything I need to create the actual geometry. I can go under my surface and sweep. A sweep is how geometry is generated inside of CAD software. So now that I have the outside shape, I just need to create the bridge, and I can do that with another sweep, selecting the shapes and pressing enter. So you can see something new over here on the right side. This is our dynamic commands. You can also see that every command that I have used has been a dynamic command. Now these are the commands that convey parametric history. Now what is parametric history? So it's a newer way of modeling that will link all of our commands together. So any change to one command, such as the finger size, all the other commands will update to fit that change. Additionally, we can change the shape of our profile by opening up our profile library and choosing a square shape. So here you can see both sides have been updated. Now let's add one at the bottom and taper him. Let's change the thickness on this one by updating our cathedral shape. And lastly, let's update that bridge profile. There we go. So before we continue, I just want to explain the advantages of parametric history. Now, parametric history was developed to link commands together. Now, how does this help jewelers? Ultimately, we know that revisions are part of the custom game. Customers want to have a hand in creating those custom designs, but sometimes the designers don't always get it right. Well, utilizing these dynamic commands, designers can make simple changes that save them time on redraws. So now let me go ahead and save our model using our job bag features. I can also open up the projects tab, and here we can see our model has been saved. We can also see all the previous models that I have saved as well. We have a great organizational tool right here where we can define customers' names, company address, so forth, as well as designer. You can also provide a due date, a status, and even calculate your CAD labor. Additionally, while we're in here, I want to show you guys the collections. So the collections will be a library of parts and pieces and even designs that ship with the program. Now in here you can see all of our bypasses. We have cathedrals. And then we even have bands. Now you can also see a few user created models. Now these are going to be a curated collection that I have designed. So what we can do is go ahead and open one of these. Now as it opens, you will see all of that history that was used to create the model has now been presented, so I can come in here and adjust. If I want to change the profile, I can choose a different one and create something from scratch. So let's go ahead and go back to our cathedral. I'll do a quick file new, open our projects and import our cathedral. So again, you can see those commands have been presented to us. If I wanted to update or change, I could open each one of these and make those changes. For this though, we want to go ahead and add a gem on ring row. Now what's cool about this command is it presents dynamic history as well. So I can go ahead and put the stone where I would like it, accept that, and now we can run a head builder which will set our stone. I can update the head how I see fit, and I can even go into our style sheets, and this will change our command to resemble the image. These come standard with the program, so if we wanted a 6-prong head that was pulled to a point, we could choose this one, and now we can update that head. We can also provide a set look to our stone by extruding our dome height and turning it on top of our stone. The last thing I want to do is put a halo on our gem. Let's pull it in just a bit, as well as change our angle and thickness. To something like this, right? Last thing I would need to do is to update our cathedral to hit the halo in the correct location. Alright, so now that our design is complete, we can go ahead and save him one more via our job bags. And now I want to show you guys a neat feature called the tech report. The tech report will give us a stone map down here, as well as a 4-view render along with your stone report and your metal weights. You can also put your custom logo up here, input a price, input a date, and also you can send it over to your customer for approval. So the last thing we would like to do is to go ahead and render. What we can do is go back to our 4 views and adjust our viewport so we can get a better look. Okay, I want to go ahead and open up our Render Studio by going to Render, clicking the Render Studio, and here we can see all of the materials that we can apply. I'll go ahead and apply a general style and change our perspective over to a ray traced. Now the materials that I like to use were added in 3.3, and what they are is down here. They are classified as render metals. Now these are PBR materials, so what we can do is select our metal, choose a metal color, and apply. We can update our diamond material as well. So let's choose that one and apply that as well. So once we are done, we can angle the perspective view however we would like, change our resolution, and select the render button. So as soon as it's done populating, it'll present us with a render view. Now you can see it's running through the tracing samples. And a good thing to toggle on is the NVIDIA denoiser. That way it'll clean up a lot of that noise. So there is our render. And personally, it's good enough to send out to my customer, so I can go ahead and stop it. From here, I can go ahead and hit the save icon, which will allow me to save it to my pictures or downloads for my customer. So again, because of how we built the model, let's say the customer doesn't like the round, she wants a cushion. That's no issue. Because of the dynamic history, we can go ahead, open up our gem on ring rail, and change it to a cushion. Everything would update. Let's say the customer likes the cushion but wants a round halo. So we can go into the halo, enable the override shape, and you can see it is now updated to a halo, to a round halo rather. Let's open it up a bit, press the accept, and now you can see a custom design that we have created in a matter of minutes. So the last thing that we need to do is to go ahead and export this to either send to Stellar for production or to 3D print. What we can do is go ahead and select our stones because we do not need them in the model. We can select our design, go into our manufacturing tab, and put a sprue. I can accept the sprue, reduce the width on our sprue. We can also delete the base. Sometimes you don't necessarily need them. And I can also put a ring rail support right here. Mirror X and Y. That would go ahead and touch to our halo. I'd like one more in the middle, right here. So I can now press enter. And the last thing we can do is update the bend. Perfect. So once I'm done, I can press enter. And now the last step we want to do is to mesh repair. So the mesh repair will take our geometry and unify it into one closed mesh that is good for printing. So what I want to do is select the mesh, and we can export it as an STL file type. That way our printer will read it. So this model is now complete. So we learned a bit about MatrixGold today. It allows owners and designers to take their custom jewelry design to the next level. Be on the lookout for additional content from us. Stay tuned for more. Thanks.